To take you to this now, South African breweries will resume its investment program that was cancelled last year. It will allocate 2 billion rand to its local operations. The country's multiple alcohol bans related to the COVID-19 lockdown saw the brewery cancel 5 billion rand in investments. Richard Rivett-Carnac is the parent company's AB InBev's Vice President of Finance. He joins me now. Richard, thanks very much for your time. Through those several bans recently, you pleaded for what you called reasonable measures on alcohol. Presumably, your decision to reinstate that investment is based on the fact that you think government is taking a bit more measured approach on alcohol.
Hi, Devin. Thanks for having me. Just a point of clarity there. It's not a reinstatement. So unfortunately, as we discussed with ENCA earlier this year, the investment for this year was cancelled. This investment is for next year. But to answer your question, we're very pleased to announce this investment, and you're right. We are encouraged by engagements with government, both through NEDLAC and NetJoints. We do believe that the approach of government is more reasonable and measured and is more based on the science. And that's given us the confidence we need to plan for next year and to plan to make this investment, which will, speaking to your previous commentator around jobs, this investment undoubtedly will bring jobs to the economy and will support the SMMEs that are in our value chain. So we're very pleased to announce that this investment is coming.
Let's go back to your first point of clarity. I mean, if you just look over the past 2 years, you did pull out 5 billion rand worth of investment because of some sort of uncertainty. So the money that you're putting in now is somewhat smaller than what you halted over the last 2 years, isn't it?
Yes, that is right. But I think we can talk about the past, and you are right that 5 billion rand was cancelled. What we're focusing on is the facts we have at our disposal today, and the government's approach to the ban and the engagements we've had with government. And so this is now about looking forward. We do have very long budgeting and planning cycles, so we are already talking about investment that is required for next year. And we thought it was important to communicate to the market that we now see an environment where we are comfortable to invest and are looking forward to adding to the growth of the economy.
Richard, just give us some insight on where this latest bout of investment will go to.
So it will go into many different facets. So it will go into our breweries and distribution centres. So that's brewing and packaging equipment, as well as our distribution centres, which obviously store our beer. It will also go into product innovation, which obviously requires local businesses to help us with market research, new packaging design, new product design, so that's the liquid. And it will also go into investment into technology, which is obviously something we continually look to invest in.
Through this entire lockdown, I mean, apart from those alcohol bans, you had government really posturing quite critically on the effects of alcohol on the South African community. Presumably you've had discussions about the future of alcohol consumption with government. Their approach last year was somewhat marked in terms of the effects. How have that been going, and what does it look like in terms of the future of the business?
Yeah, so we continually engaging with government. You're right, Devin. On all of these issues, the reality is, you're aware that we have challenged the unlawful, what we believe is the unlawful ban of alcohol last year, and that matter is waiting to be heard in the High Court. But we continue to engage with government to understand what their concerns are around harmful consumption, what we can do to help drive responsible consumption, which is, we believe, crucial for us as an industry and us as a country. And those engagements continue and always will continue.
Do you see the new posture sort of having a negative effect in the long-term business of companies like the one you are in, the SAB and AB InBev, if government changes its or evolves its position on what alcohol companies do in the country?
So I'll comment about what's happening today. I can't really comment on how things would change if government changes their position on certain things. I think today really is about this good news about us choosing to invest, and that is, as I said, on the back of very productive engagements we've had with government on all of these matters through NEDLAC and NetJoints. So we're responding to what we know today, and that is why we're choosing to make this investment. And if things change, we will obviously need to reevaluate where we are in that new circumstance.
All right. No, fair enough on that investment. Well, thanks very much indeed. Richard Rivett-Carnac is the parent company's AB InBev's Vice President of Finance. Thank you indeed, Richard.